car, now! Don't move, or I'll shoot! Don't move, or I'll shoot! He was behind me. But the worst thing was that I needed him alive. I had to get him talking. Okay, please calm down. Whatever they pay you, I can give you more. Okay. Listen. I'm sorry for the implant experimentation and all, but there's something bigger going on here. You want names? I can give you names. Dahlia Cowrie, Look for her. Believe me, killing you would be absolutely counterproductive for me. Kari's research on implants were really promising. Well, looking at what you did, she was right. Listen, I just deal with the business, okay? She had control over production, but it was time to cut her out. It's not sabotage, it's just business. I led SecureTech to bankruptcy doing some stuff with our providers. I just wanted to buy the company back at the auction and keep Kari out of the game. You see now? It makes no sense to kill you or your colleagues. I need to find that out too. Those people are also all over me. Why do you think I'm barricaded in here? No! 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 Shit! Look at the camera! Those are the guys! Those are the guys I was talking about!
Wasn't a better man than his killer, but wasn't the enemy I was looking for either. This time, more than I expected. They were well organized this time, more than I expected. They were well organized this time, more than I expected.
This is the last unit, sir.
Very well. What's the state of the goods?
The implant is intact and ready for the evaluation. May I proceed with the extraction?
Not yet. I want to ask him a few questions. Will it take long before he wakes up?
Hello, good morning. Did you sleep well, Mr. Capnose? That's kind of rude, Mr. Capnose. I am the expert. I was appointed by the official receiver for the evaluation. But tell me, Mr. Capnose, what's your relationship with Alex Kiklos? Well, this is disappointing. Is that all? I see. Proceed when you're ready. Well, Capnose, it's been a while that we've been investigating Kiklos. We have reason to believe he was trying to defraud the court. You see, Kiklos has bankrupted several companies, which he then bought back at auction, thanks to his affiliates. He's a businessman. Well, no offense, but your identity debt doesn't seem to be that valuable. So why all this staging to snap up the goods of a small-time company like SecureTech?
Exactly. Well spotted, Catnose. We, suspect that your implants are worth a lot more than the starting price currently set for the auction. Oh, you don't need to be worried, Catnose. See, until the auctioning, your identity is suspended. Technically, it's not like we're killing anyone. Relax, Capnos. I just told you. It's in the interest of taxpayers, like yourself, that the state does not suffer financial loss due to poor valuations of its goods. Well, we're done here, Capnos.
I had just lost my ride. There had to be another way out. In there was no help Dahlia could give. But at that point, I was wondering if our controversial collaboration would take me anywhere. Crossing the threshold of Keyclose's office, I thought I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. But that light turned out to be a speeding train, ready to bull.
Finally, what the hell happened? I've been trying to contact you for hours. Was the implant damaged?
I told her everything. As long as the implants were dependent on my survival, I could keep pretending I had a friend.
Building 3. There's an elevator there you can use to leave the complex. I have an idea for a plan B, but first of all, I need you to get out of there.
Once again, no easy way out. Once again, no easy way out. Too many turrets.
We'll have to close that file.
I expect no more trouble in this case.
I can guarantee there won't be any more, sir.
He's coming downstairs.
Nose? Don't be foolish. Put that gun away.
That sadistic bastard. The world would probably be a better place without him. But all I was looking for was justice. I wouldn't have shot an unarmed man.
Call. Mr. Capnos? I trust that your presence here is not the result of reckless moves. You see, Mr. Capnos, you think you are the victim here, but none of this is about you. We are all part of a complex system, and both me and you are simply involved in one of its countless procedures. All goods connected to secure tech have to be evaluated. We have to entertain the idea that Mr. Kiklos was trying to cheat the system and the taxpayers. If there are any illegal operations in action, I have to know. This is my job, Mr. Capnos. Well, think about it, Mr. Capnos. We are like two cells of the same body. We just have different functions. You see, my own freedom is not greater than yours. But my role requires me to prevent the state from being betrayed. You are not the victim, Mr. Capnos. You are nothing more than a suspicious transaction I'm investigating. If you keep creating problems, you'll turn from being the evidence to being the crime. Looks like the deadline to peacefully reach the court has just expired, Mr. Capnos. Unfortunately, I am forced to consider you uncooperative, and to request the intervention of the police department. I highly suggest you stop resisting. If you want your voice to be heard in our system, the best advice I can give you is to start playing by its rules. Goodbye, Mr. Capnos.
Playing by the system's rules. That was exactly what I was gonna do.
Full and final settlement. There are two main creditors involved in the Circuitec bankruptcy. If we can find a deal with them, we can stop the whole procedure before the auctioning. But we may need the neural connectome for that. Anyway, I'll explain on the way.
Again in that car, waiting for new instructions. A few minutes to get dry and warm, and we already had to find a new landing spot.
That's Bazowski's basement. He's our man for the neural connector, and he owes me a favor. We can't land here. Now that the police department is involved, no one must suspect that I'm helping you in any way. Wait, I think I found a good spot not too far away from here, but you'll need to be careful. Remember, It's extremely important that you don't get noticed by police drones until you reach Bazowski. Remember, it's extremely important that you don't get noticed by police drones until you reach Bazowski.
The neuro connector was a thing before we were all constantly connected to the blockchain. In my case, I needed it to make offline transactions with the creditors, given that I would find a way to convince them to settle the debt. auction was scheduled at 4 p.m. the next day. It was going to be a long night. Some more agents patrolling the area. I was going to have company very soon. As expected, when it rains, it pours, and I needed to quickly take shelter. Some more agents patrolling the area. I was going to have company very soon. As expected, when it rains, it pours, and I needed to quickly take shelter.
On my line of fire! He can't be far. Keep your eyes open.
Some more agents patrolling the area. I was going to have company very soon. As expected, when it rains, it pours, and I needed to quickly take shelter.
On my line of fire! He can't be far. Keep your eyes open.
Some more agents patrolling the area. I was going to have company very soon. As expected, when it rains, it pours, and I needed to quickly take shelter.
This better be good. Oh, shit. The girl has a good memory. What am I supposed to do this time? Listen, that's prehistoric stuff, dude. I'll see what I can do. You already have an NSB 500 upgrade in your implant? Guess you're more like the street arm, right? Come downstairs. Let's have a look in your head. Tell Kari it's my turn now, huh?
Wazowski's basement was a sea of junk, and I had to deal with the idea of getting a brain implant upgrade with whatever was at hand.
Okay, let me see if I broke something. Oh, by the way, you didn't have the NSB upgrade. You'll need it to download a piece of blockchain for offline usage. Ready for a test? All right. Have you ever jacked in? I uploaded a small chunk of blockchain. Can you simulate a transaction by connecting the nodes? Well, the NSB is working. Now let's see the neuroconnector. Well, it's and it works. Oh, good. Once you're synced, you could save the transaction using the NSB. Oh, and by the way, I've returned the favor with the neuroconnector. But the NSB is gonna cost you. Dude, we're not blockchain lovers in these parts. Just try not to die. You owe me a favor now.
I was all set and ready to strike my final blow, finding the creditors and making sure we could cut a deal. The court. Once all contracts were duly signed, my last job was to make sure the official receiver would validate them and upload them into the blockchain before the auction. Greta Hesper, owner of Shapeshift, a body rental company with questionable morality. Unexpected windfall? Dahlia found proof of their involvement in identity laundering. We had all the bargaining power to discuss our full and final settlement. The lawyer, well known for his ability in skirting the law and for managing an entire gray market district. He was the no-questions-asked hardware supplier for the experimentation at SecureTech.
Welcome, Mr. Capnose. You are due in meeting room 0. Please, down the hall. Please, down the hall.
You are in a stalemate, Mr. Capnos. You are in a stalemate, Mr. Kapnos.
You are all that's left of my work. Was the implant damaged? Bankrupt. Was the implant damaged? Was the implant damaged? You are all that's left.
It's not like I'm sending in.
I highly suggest stop this. Your life, Mr. Kapnos? I highly suggest stop resisting. I highly suggest stop resisting. I highly suggest
All that's left.
I highly suggest.
His name is Alex.
Technically, it's not like we're killing anyone.
Was the implant damaged?
Stop resisting.
Technically, it's not like we're killing anyone. Technically, it's not like we're killing anyone.
I highly suggest.
You are all that's left of my work.
Technically, it's not like we're killing anyone.
You are all that's left
Technically,
of
it's
my
not
work.
like we're killing anyone.
Your life, Mr. Kapnos?
I had my deal. To break the connection, I just had to overcharge the signal. His implants couldn't handle the load. Just one more deal before I could reach the court. The lawyer, well known for his ability in skirting the law and for managing an entire gray market district. He was the no questions asked hardware supplier for the experimentation at SecureTech.
Move it along, dude. Quarter is shut down today.
Keep him in restraints. The boss wants to talk to him. Listen, they'll be back soon. Get me out of here, and I promise we'll talk business, okay? Okay. All depot accesses can be controlled from my place. All I could do from here is to give you access to my house. Now, move your ass, Secure Tech!
We could finally talk business.
You are making me waste a shit ton of money! Tell Kari I swear it's the last time I work with her.
I had all the deals signed before the auction. It was time to reach the court. The court. Once all contracts were duly signed, my last job was to make sure the official receiver would validate them and upload them into the blockchain before the auction.
This is it, Capnos. All you have to do is to make sure the official receiver will validate the transactions. It's not long till the auction, but as soon as it's canceled, I promise you will get your life back. Be sure, Capnos, I can't lose my research.
Or really have a choice. On a path that seemed to have no direction, the hands of the holographic clock were about to complete their round, and so was I.
Mr. Capnos. You really can't find peace, Capnos. You are persistent, I have to admit, and yet I can't really understand you. You fought with all your strength against every single order, and all of that to go back to being a property of Secure Tech? See, Capnos, to approve those transactions in these circumstances would represent a failure of the system that is my duty to defend. Sure, you could kill me at any time, come here and validate the transactions yourself. The auction would be cancelled, the state would suffer a loss, but you would get back to your life. Now, the question is that really what you want? As I already told you, none of this is about you. And that's why I'd like to provide an option. If you refrain from killing me and allow me to prevent this fraud against the state, I'll pass your file to the Defense Department. During the reactivation of your identity, mind bullards will be inactive for a few hours. They will hunt you, Mr. Capnos, but you'll have the chance to escape the city. I'm offering you the closest thing to freedom.
The most important choice of my life was one click away from me.
Mr. Evan Capnos, Identity Implant KPN 4722. For assessment reasons, your ID will be temporarily restored and reported to the Defense Department. While implementing the change, all restrictive measures will be inactive. Until the transition is complete, you are required to not leave the city, or you will be considered non-compliant. Have a nice day, Mr. Capnos.